Hello, strugglers. Welcome to bed, I suppose. Last time we did a TED Talk video, it was like a year-long break in between the two. And I just thought that won't do. We got to do another one. It's been a couple of months and this one's kind of a doozy. I watched literally just the first like 30 to 45 seconds of it. And I couldn't even tell you what is about. I have no freaking idea what this is going to be about, and you'll kind of see what I mean when we start. Let me actually crack this bad boy open. It's a Ace Pineapple Craft Cider. So shout out Ace, I guess.
I'm guessing you didn't open or grab a opener. Oh my God!
Look at that! Scott comes prepared, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, that's a miracle.
It's a little warm. Been sitting on the table over there for a while. I put it in my mouth and it's almost just like it's only bubbles. Again, this is not a cider review. I don't know why I spend so much time on the drink. We'll jump into the TED Talk. This TED Talk is called The Power of Seduction in Our Everyday Lives. It looks like they're just at like an office setting. Look at their outfits.
She has no right to be that sexy. I would hate to be in the audience right now.
Oh yeah.
This would be so uncomfortable to sit and
Unbelievably
watch.
awkward to sit and watch.
Seduction in your everyday life. You don't do that
Yeah,
every day in your life.
Are you meant to do that at the office? Is that what we're supposed to do?
I guess that's what we're learning.
Okay, we'll find out.
My name is Renizra. I'm a dancer, author, and an entrepreneur. I started my talk with a seductive dance because I wanted you to first feel the seduction, to get you kind of to gut level. I'm fascinated with seduction, but not just with the dance and the movements, but also with how you can bring it in a practical way into day-to-day life.
That was my Tinder bio. Fascinated with seduction.
Really?
No!
Since 2005, I've been traveling back and forth to Cuba. This is when I first started seeing seduction as a valuable life skill. I truly believe that everyone has the power to seduce in them. We just need to unleash it.
You think that's true?
No. I think there are plenty of people on this planet that can't seduce somebody to save their life.
And I also believe that we need to develop this skill from a very young age so it can help us become a lot more successful in life.
From a very young age?
Yeah, like 3, 4.
Are we talking about the same kind of seduction? What she did? She's talking about that?
When we first hear the word seduction, we have a lot of misconceptions. The word has been sexualized so many times that we can't even imagine it as a positive skill set.
What she did a minute ago wasn't sexual in any way? What am I missing? I mean, I hate to say it, but I think that dance at the beginning was pretty sexualized.
Oh, absolutely.
How could you say it's anything other than sexual, right?
You know how some people say that money's bad? But the money itself is not bad, right? Money gives you power, and power can be used for good and for bad. It comes down to who you are inside. Seduction is exactly the same. It comes down to your DNA and what you choose to do with it. I choose to make seduction classy, and to add to it, my sense of loyalty and integrity.
I'm very confused where this is going.
Yeah, I have no idea where we're headed.
What direction are we moving in?
Seduction is really about your untapped power that you're not using, that you want to unleash.
She sounds like a Sith Lord. Chill out, Palpatine.
Yeah, you've not tapped in.
I know your full potential. Whatever he says. Unlimited power.
Would we tell Superman not to stop a bullet? Or a doctor not to save a life?
Would you tell
Don't even go there.
So then I guess the next thing would you tell a sexy person not to seduce? Maybe, yeah. I think maybe you would tell somebody that. Maybe it's not always appropriate to seduce somebody.
Yeah.
I'm one of those lucky ones that gets to go to Cuba all the time. And I've been observing this culture for a very long time, seeing how aware they seem to be of their seductive powers. Cuba has been like a seduction laboratory for me, where I get to study seduction and understand how they use it better. But it's not like Cubans are the only people in the world that understand and know how to use seduction, right? Like you can experience it in other countries in the world, in Israel, in Brazil, and the Dominicans, and many other countries.
USA, baby. We know all about seduction over here in the US of A.
Yeah.
Take a trip up to God's country, you know? Badlands, North Dakota type area. Midwestern hospitality. Midwestern charm.
And yet in Cuba, I found a combination of things, a very unique combination of things that I haven't found yet anywhere else in the world.
She ain't never been to the OB.
Oh no! The OB is literally the grossest club/bar probably in the entire world. And it's in Fargo. It's literally just a zoo in there.
You'll be seduced in a hot minute.
Oh, it'll take you. You won't even make it in the front door, and you'll be seduced by 9 or 10 lads before you even get inside.
I truly believe that we can learn a valuable life lesson from Cubans about life and seduction. If we were to try and take seduction and break it into some kind of a formula, what would that look like?
HOTAPE. Nothing? What? Nothing?
Oh, I thought we debunked that.
You can't debunk math, babe. And it's a formula, and it'll stand the test of time.
Yeah, well, Einstein didn't make that formula.
No, Gene did.
Yeah,
and that's better than Einstein.
Gene ain't no Einstein.
Exactly. No, Einstein ain't no Gene. All right, let's be clear with that.
Desire means knowing what you want and then having the willingness to go after it. In Cuba, rumba is the game of seduction between the man and the woman.
In the US of A, Roomba is a vacuum that cleans up your dog hair. Isn't it crazy how things change culturally when you get to different countries?
When you cross borders.
Yeah, in Cuba, Roomba is the art of seduction. They were like, yeah, I spilt my granola bar over there. Roomba can go clean that up.
Are you talking about the dusty ones?
Yeah, they just disintegrate as soon as you open the package. Granola bar is such a joke. Honestly, the only granola bar that are worth eating are the ones that are kind of chewy.
Yeah,
and they don't.
Chewy bars.
Yeah, chewy bar. Shout out Quaker Oats, okay?
The woman is the flirty hen and the guy is a seductive rooster. The woman uses her body to seduce the man, to say, want it? Come and get it.
So that's like the birds, you know, when we watch our nature shows?
Yeah.
Doing the little sexy dance.
They say, come and get it.
The guy, on the other hand, will use his body to demonstrate his masculinity. He'll try to decoy her. Boom!
Real quick.
He's like, look over here. Bang! I don't think I want to visit Cuba anymore.
No.
You know?
Okay.
If somebody goes like this,
Out.
run the other way.
He'll try to decoy her. Boom! He's trying to pecker her and get her pregnant.
Seduction isn't sexual? Didn't she say that, or am I
Good point.
making stuff up?
The word has been sexualized so many times.
Nothing sexual about trying to pecker someone and get her pregnant. Oh, excuse me, you've been brainwashed by the media.
Yeah.
By the Western media to think that's sexual for some reason.
She'll notice the attack. She'll block it. She'll mock him for not succeeding. And she'll go, didn't make it. Try again.
It's like she's playing Mortal Kombat or something.
She'll notice the attack. She'll block it. She'll mock him for not succeeding. Didn't make it. Try again. Cubans interact on the streets every day as if they're playing the game of rumba. You could almost have it, but not. But if you only tried, then maybe. And when it's done right, it's virtually impossible to say no to. Cubans praise their kids from a very young age to feel confident and stunning in their own bodies because they recognize this as a very valuable life skill. You'll see them at the pool at the hotel. The music is like blasting. They're grinding to the music and the little ones are grinding right beside them and they'll turn to them and say, qué linda eres, you're so beautiful.
Yeah, that is a difference in culture because that kind of made me squirm a little bit.
How old are these people?
Like kids, she's talking about kids.
Yeah.
And I know this is a cultural thing, obviously. I don't want to see kids grinding at the pool. Is that a controversial take?
They're just out there shaking the Laffy Taffy, man.
I don't, is that, we have to move on. We simply have to move on.
Add to this that in Cuba, there's no advertising because it's a communist country. So there's nothing that distorts the body image. Cubans, not like us, are not affected by the media to try and think that they need a perfect body.
Do they not have TV? They've never seen a movie? Just because there's no advertising doesn't mean there's no such like body image things that they're telling you to strive for or whatever.
Instead, their self-image is formed out of how stunning the environment makes them feel and how much love they get at home.
I think that's the biggest thing that we're just glossing over, that it's at home. Raising your kids in a certain way to make them feel confident about themselves. Yeah, I guess social media is going to screw you up. Maybe a Coca-Cola ad make you feel some type of way. But like, good parenting is so glossed over in the grand scheme of things. We blame everything else. Like, it can't possibly be what's going on at home. It has to be the fact that they saw a Dove ad. I don't know anything. I'm just a guy.
Guys and girls check each other out in the open all the time. Guys call after women with linda, preciosa, and women respond with how they hold their bodies and how they accentuate the curves when they walk. Seduction also shows up in the tone of your voice, the kind of look you give, what you say and how you say it, and at times, even adding a little touch.
She's hot aping.
She is.
She's hot aping and she don't even know it.
Or maybe she does know it.
One of the most charming things that I've noticed about Cuban men is how they go after what they want, completely fearless of the consequences of getting hurt or getting rejected. They will seduce a woman over and over, making her feel desired and special, even after she said no a couple of times.
I think men do that here.
Yeah, and they're like looked at as creeps.
Yeah, they're like, leave me
annoying
alone.
harassment. You're not allowed to do that here, especially today.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if they say no, right? She said no. She's like, yeah, they say no a couple of times. The guy keeps going after her, and that's charming. And yeah, that like reminiscent of 1950s America type of thing.
Yeah.
Even before that, all of our grandparents, it's like, yeah, she hated my guts, and I was just really persistent, and I bought her a milk or whatever. Yeah, eventually I fell for him. We've been married for 150 years.
Slowly sneaking into her heart and waking up that desire. And a no, that was a maybe, turns into a yes. That's damn sexy.
A no turns into a maybe, turns into a yes. Not something you want to hear from a frat guy.
But they can do this because they've developed their intuitions so much that they can easily distinguish between a no that means a no and a no means maybe.
What a confusing world we live in. There's no's that mean no. There's no's that mean maybe. Thank God I'm not single. I wouldn't dare go outside.
My hope is that you will see seduction as a valuable life skill as I've learned to. Because so many people lose that childlike attitude as they grow into adulthood and something's missing. And wouldn't the world be a better place if we didn't?
I don't know. We got kind of lax with it for a while, and then some bad stuff kind of happened.
And also, I don't like that she referred to seduction as a
childlike thing. Wait, you never been to the pool when the kids are grinding? At least you haven't lived.
Master seduction, and you can have anything that you want in life. Anything. I did get a TED Talk, didn't I?
Ice cream. Can I seduce you into buying me ice cream?
I think that's an attainable goal. If we're coming back to where this all began, she said that it's a misconception that seduction is sexual, right? So then what is it?
Yeah,
what is it?
She never explained that.
No, I'm still very confused on that. If it's not like using sex to bring out arousal in a guy in order to trick his brain into thinking he needs to give you everything you want, then what is it? Give a little bit of this.
Stop.
Give a little bit of that.
Stop.
There's a little bit of this here.
Stop.
And I say,
I'm not looking at
I
you.
say, you want it? Come and get it. Come and get it. No, you cannot have it. Guys, I'm not sure what the hell is going on at this point. If you were to compare this talk with the one that we learned from Gene, the hot ape method that we've referenced a few times, which one do you think is more helpful?
I hate to admit it, but the hot ape one.
Hot ape! Hot ape all day! Also, she admitted to seducing the producer into giving her a TED Talk.
Yeah.
Who's going to brush past that? How would this work for somebody who's not single, though? Like, do married men and women in Cuba still do all this stuff?
Oh, for sure.
Because it's not sexual, right? There's nothing sexual about what she was doing. The grinding on the ding dong. You go walk into a Walgreens, grind up on the cashier, you get a 10-cent discount on the chewing gum. If anybody knows of any of these TED Talks that are given by a man so we can like goof on a guy for once, because like all of the ones that people are sending to me are just ladies. I feel like it probably feels like we're just making fun of women. And I don't want that to be like what this is. That's not what it is. But I know someone's going to think that. Maybe send me a guy to watch and goof on. How's that sound?
That sounds great.
Okay, thanks. In terms of cider, I would give this a pretty high grade. I would say this is like a B. I would definitely drink this again.
A B.
What?
Usually you give ratings of 1 through 10.
Oh.
It's a B.
I guess I give it like a 9. Good job.
That'd be an A.
I don't know. I graduated years ago. Did you know? Can I just rant for 1 second? At my high school, our grading scale didn't go 90 to 100 is an A. It went 94 to 100 was an A. And then a 93 was a B. And our teachers were like, oh yeah, well it's just because, if we were to change the grading scale to go to 90, we'd have to grade a little bit harder. What are you talking about? You have to what does that even mean? That's such a bullshit answer.
Yeah.
You'd have to grade harder? What are you talking about? You have to do your job better? I just thought that was ridiculous. And then also, like our senior year, we were taking college courses, or like our junior and senior year, we were taking these college courses, and we still had to use our high school grading system. So to get an A in a college course, we had to get a 94 instead of a 90. Well, what in the freaking hell? You know how many people got a B in a college course and screwed up their GPA because of your goofball rules? That just got me a little fired up.
Yeah.
It didn't affect me in life at all. I didn't even get a B. I got an A, so it doesn't matter.
But if you did.
But if I did, I would have really pissed about it. Even more pissed than I am now. I just thought it was so stupid. Anyway. Yeah, the cider is like a B. All right, so, just a reminder, delete your social media accounts. You do not need to have a Twitter. You don't need to have an Instagram. You don't need any of that crap, okay? You just don't need it. But if you're going to have them, just follow me while you're there, okay? That's the price you have to pay. The link to my Patreon is in the description. There's like full-length videos on there. It's not just like behind-the-scenes stuff and bloopers. Full videos on my Patreon, exclusive to that. Those that are listed here are in the top tier on there. Love you guys very much. I would not grind on you because I am a married man and I do not live in Cuba, so I probably wouldn't do that. But I do love you very much. And that's really all we've got. You got anything to add?
Yeehaw, partner.
That's right. Giddy up. All right. We'll talk to you again later. Goodbye.
Say goodbye, girl, it's okay, you're too focused.